Welcome to this week's edition of The Passion of the Digital Artist. And here he is, that passionate digital artist himself, Jeff Mueller.
Thank you, Xavier.
Thank you, Jeff.
How are ya?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
And why are we so fantastic this week?
Well, you know how pumped I get when I finish a painting digitally, and I did that. Sedimentary Uplift is finished. It is.
Yay!
Woo! Boom! It's been sent off to the printer. It's getting printed at Simply Canvas right now. Sometime next week, I should be headed up there to pick it up. This one, great response on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, everybody. I think what happened is I was able to offer a higher res photo available on my website to show the detail. And a lot of the discussion that it's a photo or not a photo is answered by showing the detail. And this painting I enjoyed a lot. The cool part about this painting is there's three aspects of it that I just enjoyed. One was the people aspect. I enjoy painting those people, as I've talked before, in a smaller digital setting, to actually paint the hand that initially was on his leg, and I painted that hand in, using all my talents as far as drawing and painting and whatnot. I'm able to drop in the hand, adding that realistic feel to it, which when artists are students, one of the most difficult things to do is to make hands feel real. Making hands feel real is it's almost like once you can do it, you've come the full circle. You've gotten it to the point where that hand just feels natural. Hands are in eyes. Eyes you can get away with, but you can't get away with it in a portrait, because if you don't paint the eyes right in a portrait, it doesn't look like the person. Most artists, even if they're they're not realists, if they're gonna do a quick portrait, they'll nail the eyes, and nailing the eyes then covers about 90% of everything else. It's the same thing. Painting those hands, if you don't paint your hands right, instantaneously anybody looking at the painting understands that that's not right. So you always want to get your hands right. So that's the first thing that I loved about this painting. Second, I like to paint water. Two of my most favorite things to work on are water and fire. This one didn't have the fire, but it had the water in it. I love the reflections. I love looking at water on a beautiful day with the sun shining and the sky reflecting and the wind blowing off, and you get that little bit of current going there, and some of the patterns while you're looking at it live it's almost like looking like at a real life beautiful painting. Well, I just love to capture that in my paintings. This painting had it.
I want to jump back to the arms for a minute. You matched his arm angle with the other fellow, and if you look closely, there's a certain symmetry to the opening in the rocks and the slope down to the water, and you've pretty much matched that angle. That's really cool.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to do when I did it. It finishes off the painting, and it allows the flow of taking you through this painting to actually just perfectly take you through there. When his arm was down, there was a little bit of a leeway to get through here, not coming through at this angle, leading you into this particular area, and then you swoop back up. The other thing I added in for this painting was this highlighting area. Now this isn't quite finished through this highlighting area, but when I get it onto the canvas and I get it, that's one of the areas I'm going to be painting extensively with acrylic to get the feel that I want. That was done on purpose. But initially, the cross that this provides, this is a little bit heavier up here, and as you go it fades. Because of the lights are so strong here, you don't have to actually make that connection, but you have to start it. You have to start the person. This was too much of an exit out, where this right now, this is an exit back in. It allows you to come back into the painting. Now the other thing that this painting had that I love is I love to paint foliage or trees or vegetation, and having those junipers right there was a really nice thing. I enjoyed painting that. And last but not least, I didn't know it, but I really, really enjoyed painting the patterns of the uplifted rock that was forced uplift slowly through time. I just I got into it. I really got into the flow, adjusted. In some cases, it's not exactly like what's happening in the photo, because if it was exact, you would have to deal with some of the compositional aspects of it taking you out, and I wanted to basically, through the rock formation and the rock pattern, keep you inside the painting.
Take us back to the water. I kind of stole your thunder there when I jumped you back to the arm.
No, the water, it's just this pattern. I mean, my favorite is the blue sky pattern. But looking at it and painting it and getting that feel, that moment, having the reflections here of the rock formations and then the sky formation, then the next, but also here where it's shallow, the bottom showing through, it's all a challenge to make that work. It's there for you in your reference for your photograph, but to paint it with brush strokes and convert the pixels that are representing and the picture, the photographic feel of it into the brush stroke is something that I enjoy doing immensely.
Giving it, as you say, the painterly feel.
Yes. Now, this particular photo that finished, it was I put a lot of time and effort in it, and I really feel that what I put in just finished off this painting and gave me some really nice results. And like once again, the response to it on Twitter and Facebook has been overwhelming. I thank you all. Just keep it coming. It motivates me. Now that brings me to what's going to happen next Saturday, August 31st. Me and Xavier are making a live appearance at the Launch House. It's Ingenuity Fest kickoff. Ingenuity Fest is a festival in Cleveland, Ohio, runs between the 20th and the 22nd, where artists, creative people in all different fields, inventors, they all get together and show their wares. So this is like the kickoff next Saturday. The Launch House is involved with Ingenuity Fest a lot because of their innovations in business. They're a part of this. They've got all the sponsors. Well, they're kind of having a kickoff at their place. I'm a part of it. I'm so honored to be a part of it. Me and Xavier are going to be there. What we're going to be doing, I will have some of my original pieces on display. I will have prints, canvas prints, and regular prints of the Cape Cod series available for purchase. And then I will have my process and how I do this on display. I will have my iMac there. I'll be working on this particular painting, the Cleveland, I call it Cleveland Rocks. This particular painting, I will be demonstrating what I do digitally in order to get what I want, how I go about getting the painting process going. And then on this particular piece, I'll show you right now, this is from my starting point. But initially, this was the photograph. Now, I went down last weekend specifically to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, shot it from all different angles, front, back, side, got some really nice photography. But the way the day was, it was a very nice, beautiful day, but it had this kind of overcast, sunshine bright feel to the background. So you can see this particular, when I took this photograph, it's kind of flat, the sky's not exciting, but it gives me my start for my basic composition. When I go to this part of what I've changed it from,
wow,
I've cropped it the way that I want, my 20 by 40 size that I'll be working on, or 30 by 60. I haven't decided quite yet. I've dropped in a sky that I want to work for this painting. And then each individual building has been perspective-wise, color corrected to get me closer. But this painting is going to be on the fine art aspect of Bright Lights Big City, that more colorful palette. So there's going to be a lot of colors introduced. I'm going to be working on it on this particular one digitally. Then I will have sedimentary uplift. I will have that there on my easel. I will be working on an easel with acrylic paints, and I will be painting live for everybody. So you'll get to see the whole process pretty much from start to finish happening right there live at the launch house. I'll have times. I'm going to make a Facebook event for everybody, invite everybody to come. If you've ever wanted to meet me and Xavier, we're going to be right up in Cleveland. It's in Shaker Heights, right off of Chagrin and Lee, where Chagrin and Lee meet, but I'll have the exact address, exact times. Come down and see us. I'm excited. I want to meet as many of you, especially anybody local, but if anybody ever wanted to come, see us, this is the time to come visit. So if you have any questions, let me know. Contact me. If you have any questions about where to stay, that type of stuff, we can help you with that. So that's where we are this week. Another exciting week, right, Xavier?
Another great week.
Wow.
And when I say see you this next week, folks, this time, I might really be seeing you. Hope to see you there at the launch house.
Yes, hope to see you.